cool.
Weird.
We're seeing Deadpool, oh my gosh!
Think about what we get. My sister has it. Yes. It's you. I know.
Wintertime here at Hogsmeade Village.
Lieutenant Dane.
Hello, Forrest.
You got new legs.
Titanium alloy.
Time for my summer sizzle. Cool as a cherry popsicle.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
It's happening. It's dish time. I've always wanted to do this in front of you.
Creating content that enlightens and lifts you up.
Dish, sir, dish.
Me at Splash Mountain. Just pepper these in here.
Hello, everyone. This is Kermit the Frog reporting live from the final showing of Muppet Vision 3D.
Right? And I missed our daily dishes.
Yes, indeed.
You know, I really don't remember you being this opinionated.
Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the dish!
Hey. So, let's dish.
What do you want to dish about?
Anything you guys want. This is your time.
and new to the channel, welcome in to Follow the Bradley's Fun. My name is Ron E. Bradley. I hope that wherever you are having a phenomenal day. Speaking of the day, as of the recording the live stream of this, today is the 8th day of the month of July in the year 2026. Trying something new here on the show today. By the way, if you're watching this, well, if you're watching it live, please hit the like button. If you're watching this on the replay, connect down below in the comments section on the replay gang, or whatever other thing you want to comment. So yeah, I have no green screen on my backdrop. I'm trying to do something. Was saying there was we're plugged into Ethernet. We've got things running. Yes, it is a practical. It's a real background. Like, the funny thing is, I usually just hang my green screen over this. Like, this has always been here. So, but I may have to switch devices mid-show today, depending on how much of a delay there is or whatever is. So let me check, because I can't tell on my end if you guys can hear this going out, but I'm gonna give it a check over here. Okay, so as far as I can tell, at least the picture looks good. The sound sounds good. The only thing is that my picture, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's internet. I don't think it's the device, but I think that it is. I think it's the internet. And there are workers outside. There is so much going on right now. So much extraneous noise that I apologize if you can hear all the extraneous noise. I can't really control the environment unless you guys super chat $1 million and I can go rent a studio somewhere, which would be amazing. But I can't really control the environment around here as much as I would like to. But yeah, I'm sure there is a little bit of lag in the video, and we're hoping that perhaps just the StreamYard platform itself would be able to overcome that. I wish one of the biggest problems with StreamYard is the platform you're paying for, but there's nobody that you can call in to consult with and talk to on the phone, like a live person or agent who could like walk you through anything that you might need to change in your settings or whatever. That'd be very, very, very helpful, but they don't do that. Wish that they did. But let me say hi to everybody that is here. I'm sure there is probably a little bit of delay. It's the technical issues are super annoying. Super annoying. Thank you, Wild Man, for the $2. We'll come back to that in just a moment. We will come back to that. Let me say hi to everybody, because you are the apple in my eye. You're the cream in my coffee. You're the gigawatts. You are the energon that gets this guy to transform and roll out of bed to be here with you, especially after a very tiring day yesterday. If you were live with me, you saw it. Let's run the energon.
A toast. Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy. This stuff's the greatest.
Dee-dee-doo-dah day. And let's say hi to everybody that's coming in the chat. If I can do this. Erica and Raph is here. Hello. Linda. Hello, Linda out there. Freedom Seekers in the house. Kit Kat. Hello, Chief William Schweikert. And yes, thank you, Vash, for That Park Place. Well, it was technically, it did start with That Park Place, and then it was into the Vash Park cast, Vash Sky Park cast, and then into the Dish Show. So thank you so much for that. And TJ McAfee is also here. Wild Man of Yavin. Not true. We don't hate anybody in this household. And Hannah Moore. I see Hannah Moore is there. Mr. Fulton Mraz says, had an accident last night doing my softball practice. My friend Jake P hit the softball, and the softball hit me on my calf. And Calf has a knot in it. Keep me in your prayers. Yeah, absolutely will. Pray for Mr. Fulton Mraz. Bruce Newhouse is in the house. And my mom is here. Everybody say hi, Mom. O2RR is raiding in. And we got Mark in the Park. Mark in the Park, WDW. Hey, Mark in the Park. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. And let's see. We got Izzo's Place. Hey, dish heads, dish heads, roly poly dish heads. Hello, Izzo's Place is in the house, and we have support coming in already from the Wild Man of Yavin for $2. You know what we do on this channel? We play celebration clips for everybody. Now, I don't have an individual clip for everybody, but I do have a great clip for Wild Man of Yavin, and I want everybody to celebrate together as a community, because that's how we do here on Follow the Bradley's Fun on the Dish. We celebrate together. How do we do that? In the chat. When we're celebrating, throw those emojis in there. Throw those custom emojis in. If you are a member of the channel, if you're not a member of the channel, fireworks, hearts, any kind of fun smiley face emojis, any of those will do, as we're thanking the people that give us the support. We really, really appreciate that. Let's give graciousness and thanksgiving to Mr. Wild Man of Yavin.
And on that fateful day, cheers would echo across the galaxy in mass celebration as the fourth moon of Yavin prepares to welcome home one of their own, their greatest hero, none other than the Wild Man of Yavin.
Guests to bring on, and after I bring those on, I'm going to switch things up and see if that works a little bit better. Now, the picture's probably going to change a little bit, hopefully not too much, and but we're going to bring these guys on, then I'm going to go out, and then I'm going to come back in. It's going to be craziness, just craziness. Let's see, who do we got here first? Let's see. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name.
Good afternoon, everybody.
I'm not Norm. I'm Abnorm. I'm Tom.
He's Abnorm. Well, that'd be funny if I could get the baby to say Abnorm, though. That would be really funny.
That'd be funny. Or just, not baby.
I'm going to bring, yeah. I'm going to bring in our other guests, and then I'm going to go backstage for a second, let you guys chat it up. You can introduce yourselves, and then I'm going to see if I can come back on in a better way. And where are we here? She's in the future or the pasture.
Doc, calm down, okay? Just calm down. It's me, it's Marty.
No, it can't be you! I sent you back to the future!
Hey, Doc, that's right, but I came back again. I came back from the future. Don't you remember last night? You fainted. I brought you home.
This can't be happening! You can't be here! It doesn't make sense for you to be here! I refuse to even believe that you are here!
Hello.
Hey, you came from
I'm
the
not
future
really here,
again.
but you're here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I came from the future and now I'm in the past.
Did you bring snacks?
No. I know. I need to go grocery shopping and get snacks. I know I'm fired today.
No. You two chat among yourselves for a minute, and I will be right back. Say hi to the chat.
Hi, Kat.
Hi, chat. Hi, Freedom Seeker. Hi, Kit Kat. Hi, Linda. Hi, Hannah. Hi,
Kit Kat is here. Hi. I didn't see you come in. Hey.
Hannah Moore. We got this person called Erica and Raph. I don't know who they are.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Izzo's place, this TJ McNafee, he should be fired. Yeah, you got Chief William. We got Wildman. We know he's here. He came in with a big bang and a motorcycle that I'd like to ride. That'd be fun. And we got O2RR hanging out there.
Up?
And I can't scroll back any further because my machine hates me.
It's Freedom Seeker. Did we say hi to him?
I think I did. I don't know. Did you? I don't know if you
I did now.
Okay. So, yeah, I didn't bring coffee today. What do you got to drink?
I just finished mine. So now I'm just drinking water, making sure I drink this whole thing before I go to bed tonight and then refill it tonight.
Cool.
Yeah, all that water intake to stay healthy, or attempt it anyways.
Yeah. I am drinking cream soda. All numbers are bleeding. Yeah. O2R, yeah. 96. Ooh, 96.7. 96,070 cents.
For
Diz
whose
stock.
stock?
Yep.
Disney, really? Ooh, that
Diz.
dropped. Wow.
Oh.
Huh. It's going to be interesting to track all this stuff with all the changes they're doing in the parks. I'm kind of curious now down the road.
Yeah.
What those earnings calls are going to look like, you know. I'd give it a good year, though.
I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't either. Yeah, we're talking a bunch, aren't we? I'm brain fogging like crazy today.
So
This
am
is one of
I.
those days.
I'm still thinking of a tech issue that my dad handed to me, and
I'm over here kind of annoyed with our builder because I filed a claim to get that ceiling shower issue fixed because I think we got a leak in the ceiling. So I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting for some kind of response to get it fixed.
that's not good. That's not good at all.
No, I think they just didn't. They were in a hurry. I mean, these houses, even though it's a decent builder, they still are.
Yeah, they have
building homes
I've had
quickly.
problems with that.
It's hot. They're miserable, and they're getting these homes up as fast as they can. So they make mistakes. O2RR says, "Did our panelists enjoy Epic's Celestial Goodnight?" You know, I don't think I've seen the whole thing, but I did see their 4th of July fireworks, which I found underwhelming. They weren't very patriotic. They had the colors, red, white, and blue, but there was no patriotic music, nothing really mentioned or said about the 250th. It was very generic. I was really kind of surprised. Kit Kat says, "Tom, will you and Ron live stream your road trip to Greenville, South Carolina? That'd be funny." I don't know if you'd want to record all that man banter for like 8 hours, an 8-hour road trip.
Since the car basically records as I'm driving.
Oh, I forgot about that.
But it doesn't do the inside. And no. Probably, I'm not sure. It all depends. I don't think I'm going to live stream unless Ron plans to. I'm not doing that. I'm probably going to blast music that Ron doesn't like. I don't know. Maybe we'll do our bathroom stops when we stop to, recharge the car and recharge and, do that type of things. And to answer the question for those celestial fireworks, honestly, even with all the things, I didn't watch them. I had other stuff going on I had to take care of.
Yeah.
I have dogs trying to embed themselves into me and Linda when the fireworks go off. So
Yeah. Our lost and found groups out here are going, lost and found pet groups are going crazy. Lots of like Shih Tzus and Yorkies are just have gone missing almost every day. It's either a Shih Tzu or a Yorkie that's gotten out, and yeah, they're sneaky little dogs. You really gotta
Yeah, either or the taco
gotta
trucks
keep.
are gonna have extra meat.
Hey man, those taco trucks are like.
Yeah, I know.
We had tacos last night from a local taqueria, and it was so good. Oh man, I could eat like 4 orders of those things.
Wait. We have a Ron sighting.
Oh,
He's back from the other computer.
I am back. So weird.
huge difference too.
Yeah, I would imagine. How's my sound? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah,
What?
just fine.
I'm teasing
Yay.
you, Ron. Yes, I can hear you.
Good. Does this I'm so glad my dog doesn't give a crap about fireworks. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah,
we've
I got
tacos.
this. Yeah, the 70-pound dog that tries to really give a crap about. Yeah.
Now that we're back online, we do have a goal for the show. That goal is you can ask me anything you want about any of my jobs. I don't know if Erica or Tom would probably not say that.
You know my background, Ron, and no.
Yeah, Tom can't talk about any of his jobs. Well, I mean, he could talk about
Have
it.
you
but
ever
then we
danced
all
in a
have to be
tutu?
deleted. Have I ever danced in a tutu? Professionally?
You really had to think about that one.
I'm out. See you later.
It's true. I,
I
do have
was
to think
just
about
being.
that.
I'm just.
I'm
being
going to rethink
facetious
that
over here.
co-ride thing up to SC with you then, Ron.
No, yeah. No, we should be good to go for there. Thanks everybody for being here today. We are just I saw some of the things that Vash was talking about. It's interesting. I do want to get to the resort hopping stuff, and we're going to talk about that because I might have a different opinion on what's actually going on with that than some other people. But the first thing I want to talk about is a little bit that. Let me make sure that I have this up and ready to go on the screen. Let me make sure that this device can put this up and on the screen. My gosh. Let's hope that we're going to talk about a story that it's so funny. Erica and Tom, you're both on X, right?
Last time
Yeah.
I checked, yeah.
All right. Can you on X? Maybe I'll wait till I start the story and then we'll talk about it's I want to talk about this story, but I want to talk about it from an angle that I don't know that anybody else is talking about it from. So let's just get this on the screen. Comes to us out of thatparkplace.com. Do bookmark it if you have not done so yet. This is by our good friend Marvin Montanaro. No, Supergirl did not hit $100 million last weekend. DC box office disaster gets worse as actual numbers reveal a 77% collapse. And before we get into that article, I want to talk about the response on X. I want to know if you too have seen what I have seen. And what I've seen on X is I've seen a lot of people trying to defend this movie. Have you seen that as well?
Go ahead,
I've
Erica.
seen a little bit, but for the it just depends on who you're following and how the algorithm puts things into your feed, much like Facebook. I've seen a little bit of defending, but mostly it's been, not all that great reviews.
The reviews suck. But people are coming in to what I've seen is, and I'm going to make a point with this. the reviews, most of the reviews suck. And then you have certain X accounts that come in and want to defend this and it's the same accounts that I see also trying to defend the Odyssey before it even comes out.
Mm.
And they are, yeah. I don't know how to put this other way other than the wokies, right? The people that defend woke content.
Or shills.
The shills.
Yeah.
Tom, have you seen any of the people that are like, I don't know what you people are saying. I watched this movie and this was the greatest thing since sliced bread. This movie was fantastic. It was a great Supergirl movie, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It's that kind of crap that I'm talking about.
You want to know why I haven't seen any of that?
Because
I filter my list. I don't give two craps on. I don't care about this movie. I don't care to see reviews on it other than what my friends have said, and they said it's trash, so therefore I'll miss it and I'll go back to this.
Well, I don't mind seeing. The reason I like seeing all the responses, the reason I like seeing that side is, I'm going to make a point here. My point is that the media, and especially Hollywood, used to pay a lot of attention to Twitter, right? So, and especially before Elon Musk bought it. My point is that those people making those kind of statements on a social media platform can seem like a lot of people, can seem like a high percentage of audience, but none of that translates to dollars at the box office. And what I have seen on X of these defended accounts, these accounts trying to defend, which by the way, some of them are from Saudi Arabia and some of them are from India and China. Some of them are bot accounts. It's pretty obvious, but they're trying to defend this crap that is Supergirl. And I've, from the moment Supergirl started getting marketed, actually from the moment she came in Corin Sweat's movie at the.
And just like that, he's frozen in time.
Oh boy.
The bots ganged up on him.
Oh no, it's just a.
Yeah, you froze. Your audio froze too, by the way.
I froze. Yes, I see that. What's happening when that is? It's really not anything but the internet going boop, a glitch. Anyway, so I see. My point is, like, there was a time when I think that Hollywood and the media actually thought that those kind of voices actually counted, and that's why we saw people like Roseanne Barr get fired over something that she put on X that she never should have gotten fired for. Same thing with Gina Carano, which we know her firing was completely unjustified. I probably could use Starlink, by the way. Actually, I've been looking into it, believe it or not, trying to figure out if we're allowed to get it here. The problem is
about it. In Germany, I heard great things.
I'm just not 100% sure if I'm allowed to get it in the complex where I live, what their rules are.
Why can't you?
There's certain complex rules about the cable system here. I have to figure it out.
Yes,
I don't use it for television, so it's probably okay because I'm not using it for television at all.
I think it hooks differently than cable because it's satellite.
Yeah, it probably does. Anywho, let me look at what this article says. And yeah, I mean, the biggest point that I want to make is, I mean, look at this picture of Supergirl. There is nothing, literally nothing appealing about that. There's nothing in her stance, in her posture, in her look, the way she's looking at the camera that tells me, hey, this is super. This looks like a bad cosplayer on an off day. Like when she just got fired from work and then went to put on her Supergirl costume. That's what it looks like to me. That does not tell me that I want to go see this movie. I mean, I don't, neither one of you have seen it, right?
No, I refuse to.
Yeah, because what's the point? There's literally no point. I don't want to see a 23-year-old flying around different galaxies getting drunk and I don't know what is there either. Like,
I'm just not interested in female heroes. I don't care if there are if they go way back and you can track original canon from way back when in comics. I've just never been attracted to that. Give me I like the guys, I like the dudes, but
Right, and I
I'm
get
more
that.
traditional like that. I like the typical, the man is the hero, and there's usually like a love story. There's like a damsel in distress. I'm just more old school like that. I like those stories, like Superman, Spider-Man, the old stuff, better.
Because female superheroes, when they're done right, appeal more to, guess who? Men.
Men, yeah.
Great men.
All I can say is
Yeah.
I'm looking at her face.
She looks like a child.
She's one, childish. She looks like she's just had a temper tantrum and she's pouting because somebody didn't buy her something. Either that or she got carded at the bar and she's not happy about it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And
like
she naturally doesn't have the best resting face, the actress,
Oh, she is
she
her
has
resting face is,
yeah.
I mean, and look,
RFB.
I'm like that too. I
RBF?
have a horrible resting face, and I can be downright unapproachable and typically misjudged. I get it, but and then her words insulting Christian men. I'm like, I'm married to a Christian man, and I
Yeah.
kind of don't want to watch anything you're in anymore if you're going to be like that.
Well, here it is. The final weekend box office numbers are in for Supergirl. The results are even worse than early estimates suggested after initial projections showed the DC Studios film suffering a massive second weekend decline of roughly 74%. Updated box office actuals revealed that the drop was even steeper. The Millie Alcock-led superhero film ultimately fell 77% from its opening weekend, continuing a difficult theatrical run for one of the first major installments in James Gunn and Peter Safran's new DC universe. The updated figures also removed one of the few positive headlines surrounding the movie's performance, while some reports initially celebrated Supergirl crossing $100 million worldwide during its second weekend. The actual numbers showed the film came up short of that milestone. According to the updated box office data, Supergirl sat at approximately $57.4 million domestically, $42 million internationally after the weekend, for a worldwide global total of only $99.4 million. Look, we got to stop. We got to get Hollywood to stop making crap, especially when there is so much money on the line. Bruce Newhouse, the first Wonder Woman with Gal Gadot was excellent. I agree 100%. I don't know if Erica, if you ever saw it or liked it, but there was a back and forth between her and Chris Pine's character that I just thought kind of worked. And they did, there was a whole homage that they did to Superman and Lois, not the television show, but the original Superman film, that I thought it was cute. And the way that they did it, they pulled it off and it worked. Did you see Wonder Woman?
No,
first one?
I actually, to be fair, I've never seen any of the female hero movies, even as a child, as if they make, none of them.
Well, I don't think that it nerfed Chris Pine as a man. Now, Chris Pine wasn't his character wasn't a superhero character, but was a hero in his own right for what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, he had this whole situation with, basically Wonder Woman is supposed to be like a child of, was it Zeus? Is that who it was? So she's like, she's like
She's
a Greek
demigod,
goddess.
isn't she?
She's a demigod. And so she's got like larger than life powers and everything. And by the way, the second Wonder Woman, 1984, it sucked super bad. So it was kind of hard to believe that the two movies were in the same studio, but whatever. The first one, I thought they pulled it off really well. They did a lot of things that just really, really worked. And the appeal for that character is to men. And when you realize, how the Wonder Woman character was created and who it was created by, you kind of understand why the appeal is for men. That was kind of maybe not the best guy that created Wonder Woman, but it was certainly a guy that created the Wonder Woman character.
I will tell you my opinion on those. Even the Wonder Woman movie that kind of stunk is still better than what I've heard about the new Supergirl movie.
It is. It just had some really cringy things in it, like Well, I won't go into the detail, but you know, if you've seen it, you know. Anyhow, so yes, Linda Carter will absolutely, yeah, she'll always be my Wonder Woman as well. I grew up in the 70s. It was, I don't know if Tom, I don't know if you watch these shows. I watched when I was a kid. Of course, I watched Super Friends on you know, the Saturday morning cartoons, but I watched Wonder Woman, the Hulk, the cheesy, not very good Spider-Man show, but I was a kid, so I liked it. And of course, Batman and Robin, which even though it was super cheesy, I didn't know the characters as a kid. You know, I love Batman and Robin. It was fun. Bionic Woman, yeah, Kit Kat, absolutely. Did you watch all the shows? Along with, by the way, one I love and I will never apologize for, and that's the Dukes of Frickin' Hazzard. I don't care what flag they had on the top of their
How
general.
about Space 1999?
Space, was that a show?
Yeah, Space 1999. Yeah.
See, I remember
They
Buck
flew
Rogers
the
in the
Eagle
25th
one.
century. I don't remember that one. I remember Space Ghost.
No, it's called Space 1999.
Interesting. No, I don't remember that one. Didn't miss that one. But
If you've seen part of it, you just might not remember the name.
See, Erica grew up in a little bit of a different time than I did. What were your shows growing up? Did you still have Saturday morning cartoons growing
She
up?
had My Pink Pony.
I was born in 1980. So
okay, so in the 1990s, when what were
I
your
was a
shows?
teenager in the night. No, I was a teenager.
No, the
in
early
You were
90s.
10 in 1990 if you were born in 80. You were 10. You weren't a
Yeah,
teenager
well,
yet.
You have to be specific to the 90s because when you say 90, my memory of 90s was like my teenage years, and I wasn't really watching cartoons by the time I hit 14.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of 89, 90, 91, 92.
Late 80s, early 90s. There was the ABC Saturday cartoons with the Muppets. Oh gosh, of course, My Little Pony, Care Bears. I remember.
Wait,
Rainbow
that means you
Bright.
had
I did
Muppet
not like
Babies.
Rainbow
Did you have Muppet Babies?
Yeah,
Muppet Babies.
Babies. Yeah, I loved that show. But yeah, I was Saturday mornings. I'd be up by about 8. Cereal in front of the TV, watching. I think it was ABC.
Okay, so let me tell you the funny
and-
thing. I know this is a conversation that went a whole different place, but the thing that really, really ticked me off on Saturday mornings is I had a sister that was 4.5, almost 5 years older than me, right? So she would interrupt my Saturday morning cartoons with a show that I hated her interrupting me with, and that was freaking American Bandstand.
I loved Pee Wee's Playhouse. That was a fun one.
I hated that
watched
dang
Pee
show.
Wee's Playhouse.
Back then, I
watching.
couldn't deal with it.
They were different ages. I like Pee Wee's
Holy
Playhouse.
cow, what was?
How about Fraggle
Ninja
Rock?
Turtles. I loved watching Ninja Turtles and the Ghostbusters.
There you go.
Cartoon.
Do you know-
series
Oh, the
was
Ghostbusters
cool.
cartoon, yeah.
Mhm.
Do you know Fraggle Rock is at the Space Center Visitor Center?
I
No,
do,
didn't
yeah.
like
I've
Fraggle
seen the
Rock.
billboards.
Could never get
Really?
into Fraggle Rock. Yeah, I don't know.
But you
why.
like
I
Pee
just-
Wee.
Yeah, I know. Dude, I was a weird kid. Even I'll admit that. Okay?
What do you mean was?
Count your cares
Hey,
away.
you know,
If you guys get into it on the show, I'm not coming in and splitting you up. So
No. I
weird
just
friends, weird. Okay.
Yes, I know.
And you're in my
Weird,
orbit of
weird.
friends.
that is absolutely fair. You know, that's somebody. Everybody's got a certain orbit of friends, and
Weirdness.
some people's are you know.
Oh, please don't show that woman ever again. Just don't.
Well,
Scrub
we know,
that from your that's your reason your computer's trash. She's infecting
we
the whole
know,
thing.
She might be.
It's just skin crawling, don't we?
Right.
Oh man.
I'm mostly just testing.
Can you
to
play
make
the
sure
lower
things are working.
expectations to make up for it, please?
Watch was
Oh,
Gem and the Holograms. That was another big one. And I
Gem.
like that. I
okay,
like
but
that better than Barbie and the Rockers. And it was
Okay,
crazy
but I gotta
because
tell
at
you,
school, girls
that
were
show.
split.
That show was truly outrageous. Like truly
Truly
outrageous.
outrageous. I had the doll. Oh my gosh. I loved Gem. That was one of my favorite 80s. Or
You can have good expectations about that, not the
Lowered expectations.
You know, I want to make you a whole song based on that.
Based on
Please
what?
do.
Jen?
Lowered expectations.
Oh,
And I'm just going to put like the titles of the movies that stunk and have that
There you
flash
go.
across the sky.
yeah.
There and there's a clip for you, Ron. There's a celebration clip.
Well, speaking of celebration clips, I think we do need to get back to our super chats. Please play.
Please.
Back to Super Chats.
And we do have a new super chat that has come in. I would probably go to the comments so I can put this on the screen. O2RR says there's a great big horrible tomorrow shining at the end of every day. Damn.
Are you giving me clues, O2RR?
Oh, goodness.
There's a great big horrible tomorrow. All I have to say about that is now is the time. Now is the worst time. It's funny. Of all of the iterations, I was going back, I was watching the 1983 version of Carousel of Progress. And it is now is the time, now is the best time on that. And the rotations are the same. The 20s, the 40s, the turn of last century go, 1900, 1901, right? And then there's the 20s, and there's the 40s, and then their last scene is actually the 80s. It's supposed to be the modern era, so it's not the future. When they updated in 1994, they updated it to the future. They got quite a few things correct, but now that future seems like a little bit in our past a bit. What I would have hoped they would have done, it would have been really, really interesting to update it to where, let's say that you had the turn of the century, 1900, 1901, and then the progress of 50 years, right? The progress of 50 years. Let's see what all has happened between 1901 and then the 1950s and say, wow, look at how much progress we've had in the last 50 years, blah, blah, blah. And then you could have done the turn of the next century, which was 1999 and 2001, and then update it for the future. And that would have been really, really interesting because you would have had a nice divide between what has come in the past, what was our more recent past, and then what's going to come in the future. It's weird that they're just going back to, and they chose this. Was it you that pointed it out? Somebody pointed it out that they chose on Carousel of Progress that they're specifically going to just after Walt Disney passed away.
It wasn't, I don't know who it was. I think it was somebody in chat, a follower, that said that. And that's kind of stood out to me too, is, you know what, that's kind of interesting. Because I hadn't thought of it until it was mentioned.
Well,
it is interesting. It's a provoking thought.
We're definitely not thinking Josh tomorrow right now, but we are thinking O2RR. Thank you so much. Everybody celebrate with us. What up, Kevin? Good to see you in the house. Super Chat is here. Oh, Canada. I hope you had a good Canadian Day on the 1st. Seabrew, which also chimes in, says, may the pugs brighten up people's day. Well, everybody, it's our Oceanside pugs sipping on some Seabrew.
cute.
It's got a more Caribbean or like a relaxed
Tropical
vibe
feel.
to it. Than the
Makes
other
me
ones.
wants to go to the beach.
To the beach. Let's go get
Beach.
away, they say. Let's talk about this whole and I would talk about the Epic Universe Nights because I think that's going to be really, really cool, but I'm pretty sure Vash covered that in detail, correct?
I believe so.
Yes, indeed. So I want to talk about what is up with this whole resort hopping situation and where I actually think that it's going to go and where I kind of don't think that it's going to go. All right, so we have this out of the Disney Tourist blog. Details for Disney World bus and boat restrictions, resort hopping rules, and parking policies that are now in effect. This is by Tom Bricker. I know this Tom. I've met him, well, at least one time. And it's not him. It's not you. It's a different Tom. He looks nothing like you. Walt Disney World has provided details. Yeah. Walt Disney World has provided details about the expanded restrictions on the use of free transportation between Disney Springs and the Walt Disney World hotels, plus policies for on-site guest resort hopping, third-party properties, parking, and more. Here's everything you need to know about these rules that are now in effect, plus on-the-ground reader reports in the comments. Now, when this whole thing started with the Disney buses specifically from Disney Springs, everybody, there were like a ton of chatter about what is going to happen going forward, especially with Disney saying beautiful resort decorations for people that have dining reservations. They were kind of specific about that, plus guests staying at the resort. So everybody was freaking out about thinking, oh, I can't even, I can't go resort hopping anymore. And I don't see resort hopping going completely away, especially now, because over the last couple weeks, we've noticed the resorts are absolutely dead. There's like nobody, especially during the day. Yes, the transportation gets backed up at the beginning of the day, at the end of the day, when people are coming from the park and people going to the park. But other than that, it really doesn't. And I was out there this last week, and I'm going to tell you, pretty much every Skyliner gondola that I got on, when I said there's one of me, they're like, oh, here you go, and gave me a Skyliner gondola to myself, which is what typically happens in the middle of the day. So as previously reported, Walt Disney World has brought back transportation restrictions that were tested over New Year's and spring break ahead of the Independence Day holiday, but this time on a permanent basis. Not only that, but they're going to be expanded beyond just buses to also encompass the Sassagoula River cruise. So if you're at Disney Springs and you try to go get on the boat from at the end of Disney Springs, Sassagoula. They used to have 3 docks, but they've only got 1 working dock now.
So what if you want to go from Disney Springs? Can it take you to their boardwalk? I thought you could.
See, that's the thing. Well, not to the boardwalk, because that's a totally different. The waterway doesn't attach to the boardwalk. But you used to be able to take a boat from one end of Disney Springs to the other end of Disney Springs, because Disney Springs itself is big. They don't have that anymore either. Somebody told me they got rid of that because of the car thing, the car that goes in the water, and they don't want to.
Oh, the car boats?
Yeah, that they don't want to navigate around that, or some ridiculous excuse. I don't know if that's true, but whatever. We now have details that should answer a lot of reader questions in response to the previous post, which has garnered nearly 250 comments since the new restrictions were first announced. There have been a lot of questions, speculations, rumors, and misinformation. We reached to Walt Disney World probably meant to say we reached out to Walt Disney World for answers to the most pressing reader concerns, and this covers the official policies. We strongly encourage you to read the new rules before responding or asking questions. This includes who the restrictions do and do not impact, what is not changing, and what we still don't know. As always, feel free to ask questions, but if there's something that we proactively mention as an unknown, we've already put in the inquiry to Walt Disney World and are awaiting a response. All of the changes are effective as of today. This was back in June 28th, 2026, and will continue indefinitely. If you visit Disney Springs, we would greatly appreciate it if you leave a comment sharing your experience, as the official policy and what's unofficially enforced or not often differs. With that said, here's everything we know about the new rules. And there's pictures of people who are enforcing those new rules. The permanent bus restrictions, and I'm going to tell you 100% this has to do with people parking at Disney Springs to avoid paying for parking at the parks. It probably would take you a good at least 45 minutes to park at Disney Springs, hop on a bus, take it to a resort, and then take another bus, get off that bus, wait for another bus, take that bus to a park. But people would do that to avoid a $35 parking fee, and then they would just plan their day accordingly. Now, the thing is, if you're an AP, if you're an annual pass holder, you do not have to do that. But if you're one of those people that bought, let's say that you had the 4-day tickets and they were like, what are they, like $60 per day or something for those special tickets? Think about this. If you're already trying to get that much of a bargain and you're not an AP, an annual pass holder, then that would lend those people buying those cheaper tickets to try and get out of paying for parking if they can.
Yeah, but it's still going to take too long to get around.
It does take a long time, but if they're willing to cut 2 hours out of their day for that transportation, it might be worth it to them.
I don't know many people that are going to do that, Ron.
I don't either personally. I have never once taken a bus from Disney Springs to any resort. That's just me personally.
I've done it with Lorena just to go see the when they put the bar in
at Grand Floridian.
Grand Floridian. Me, Linda, Lorena, and Dan did that.
Okay,
and that was it. It took longer than if I would have just went in my car and drove there.
Oh yeah, I'm sure a lot longer. I'm sure.
You know,
this is a weird thing because this with the new rule, Walt Disney World is limiting the use of transportation from Disney Springs specifically to the resort hotels to guests who have business to be there, meaning they have an active reservation at a resort of some sort, hotel stay, advanced dining reservation, or enchanting extras booking. Now, the reason that makes no sense whatsoever is if you have any of those things, you can already park at the resort. If you have an advanced dining reservation or a fishing reservation or a boat reservation or any of those types of things, you can park at the resort.
You can park at the resort if you're going to visit a friend who's there.
Yes, you can. Especially if the friend gives you permission to do that. So there's lots of reasons that are legitimate reasons for you to already be able to park at the resort. So it kind of like I get why they're doing this. To prevent people from that don't have any of that, like to get on the bus, but it's also the point is moot, right?
Yeah.
Station's cast members act as gatekeepers outside the bus loops, scanning magic bands, key to world cards, or reviewing My Disney Experience bookings to ensure eligibility. Guests who do not have a valid reservation for using the transportation will be politely informed that buses to resort hotels are currently only available for resort guests and turned away. Reservation checkpoints are before the various set of bus loops and not at the specific stops. That would be a tremendous staffing burden. The only bus stop that's not behind the checkpoint is Typhoon Lagoon, which means they've already put a loophole in for those people that really want to go the extra way to do that. Once you've proven you're an on-site, by the way, parking at Typhoon Lagoon is free. They don't charge a parking fee for the water parks. Once you've proven you're an on-site guest or have eligible reservation, you're free to access And by the way, if you can do this, I will tell you, if there are times when that gets backed up, probably doesn't get backed up so much at Disney Springs like it does other places. But boy, would that be annoying if you are an actual hotel guest. If I was a hotel guest and I had to wait 45 minutes to get to the bus stop, not on the bus, but to the bus stop because of this backup, I'd be ticked off. So that's good news for impatient people like me who would board the first bus bound for any Crescent Lake resort when staying at Yacht and Beach Club or Boardwalk, Art of Animation, Pop Century, etc. You'll still be able to pick up whichever bus you want. Likewise, if you're staying at All Star Sports, want to head over to Coronado Springs for a delicious meal, 3 Bridges, or 40% off at Toledo for VIP pass holder summer days, you'll be able to do so, which you could just park there. So why would you do that? And then, of course, the same restrictions are for the Sassagoula River Cruise. Now, I'm going to try and see if this article goes on to say anything about other resort hopping. Let me see. It says, as far as the walking path, let's see. Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa is open to unrestricted pedestrian access, so you can walk over to Saratoga Springs Resort from there if you want to. And then there's the 2-hour reservation rule. It talks about all that. Day guest parking at resort hotels talks about that. Here's the thing. There's been a lot of speculation. Am I frozen?
No, you're not.
Well, you mean
your voice isn't.
Yeah, we can hear you. It's just
now we can't.
Uh-oh.
Well, no, I'm
too soon.
Still.
There you go.
No, I couldn't switch tabs. That's why I was questioning that. No, so there's been a lot of speculation that resort hopping will be restricted during the holidays. And they will start checking at, for example, the monorail loop. So if you're at the Magic Kingdom and you wanted to leave the Magic Kingdom for lunch, right? 2:00 in the afternoon. I want to go get something to eat. I want to take a little break, get off my feet. Maybe I want to take the boat, go over to Grand Floridian, Gasparilla's Grill, get something for lunch there, and then come back. Some people are saying you're not going to be able to do that because they're going to check. First of all, here's why that doesn't make sense to me at all. It's the middle of the day. Most people are staying in the park. The resorts are kind of empty during the middle of the day. And if they don't have the gingerbread house there, people aren't going to be nearly as motivated to go.
What restaurant is there? I always forget.
So there's some nice restaurants that you have to have reservations for, which would be Grand Floridian Cafe. Although you don't necessarily need a reservation for Grand Floridian Cafe if there's a walk-up wait list.
What about quick service?
Quick service is Gasparilla Grill. And there's an arcade.
A destination. Do they go to that? Do the people go to that?
I do. I like some of the stuff that's there. It's a better hamburger than the one you get in the park, that kind of a thing.
Okay.
The burgers at the quick serve Contemporary are really good.
Yeah. And exactly. Contemporary. Also, Wilderness Lodge has that bison burger, right? So there's a lot of people that love to go to the Wilderness Lodge, and you can take a boat over there. I don't see them ever really restricting that because the only time the transportation is backed up isn't from non-resort guests. It's specifically from resort guests who are either leaving in the morning or coming back at the end of the night, because at the end of the night, the monorail, like to get on the monorail from Magic Kingdom, it's crazy. It's backed up. It takes probably 45 minutes to get on. And that's any monorail. Sometimes, and this is what some people do, is you'll try to get onto the resort monorail because you get to the Ticket and Transportation Center even faster sometimes taking the resort monorail than you do the express monorail. But when you think of the sheer volume of people that they would have to scan to find out if they have, and by the way, at that time of night, it's only going to be, overnight resort guests. It just, that to me doesn't make sense. So
It just seems like a reaction to something that really wasn't a problem, that they needed to go this far scorched earth with it.
I mean, some people have said that the beignet line got out of hand
The
because of
Beignet?
beignet
The
line.
the
Benet?
Oh,
beignet
beignets.
beignet
Beignets?
line.
Because you just said Ben Gay. I'm wondering, okay, you
I
got
was
muscle
thinking
aches. They're
old
going to give you
people, like-
massages. What are they
Yes,
doing?
I mean, look, I've been using it every day for my shoulder during these workouts, but no. Yeah, no, the beignet line at the French Quarter apparently was bad because of people coming over, and the boats got backed up. The line got backed up from French Quarter, people getting on the Sassagoula boat. But
Well, that's an easy fix. Disney can just create more locations where they make those. Like, just have a beignet walk-up window in Disney Springs and one in the Magic Kingdom.
well,
I
one
thought
of the
they
bigger
had one
problems.
at Disney Springs. They have it in California. The beignets are in California near Springs over there.
Look, honestly, there are better beignets by my house. There's a place called Beignets and Brews that I live walking distance from, like literally, probably from me to walk from my house to Beignets and Brews would
So
be
the
the same
brews,
as
are
me
they
walking from.
coffee or are they beer?
I think they're coffee, but they might be. They're probably coffee. But I mean, it's right next to a place.
So I'm gonna have to check it out one day.
Yeah, come on over. It's great.
We went once to get beignets over at the Port Orleans or French Quarter, whichever one, and I think it's a one and done. They were good, but I don't know.
They're
To me,
not.
they seemed a little overrated. I've had the Sapolis at Olive Garden, in my opinion, were better, and not saying a lot.
Personally, for me, the only thing that I see as an attraction to go to the French Quarter would be. That's funny. I see that Izzo's place. It would be to see Yeehaw Bob perform. That would be an attraction. Go over there and watch Yeehaw Bob at night, and then come back on the Sassagoula boat. But I just think that this. What I'm wondering, because of all the chatter, and I don't know what the motivation is going to be, but because of all the chatter, I'm kind of wondering if Disney just did this to get the chatter out there to kind of make people feel like they can't resort hop anymore.
I thought that too. I was thinking it's like, okay, this could just be redirection, so people will not try it as much. They'll enforce it for a little bit and lax off and not tell nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see them doing that, laxing off, and then just. They're good at doing that over the years. I mean, it's consistent with their behavior patterns.
So this is interesting because if you ask like AI what the rules are, and let me see if I can put this on the screen.
Okay,
All right,
you
so
gotta
this
find
is
which AI did you ask?
This is just DuckDuckGo, my browser. Just literally
Okay.
just from the browser. What does it say? Search assist. Yes, resort hopping is allowed at Walt Disney World. Anyone can visit Disney resorts, but parking is typically restricted to guests with reservations at that resort. That's, by the way, that's either guest reservation or dining reservation. So who can resort hop? Anyone. You do not need to be a guest at a Disney resort to visit. Parking restrictions. And then there's different things. There's some guides down here, and there's even tips for resort hopping. And it says using Disney transportation, of course, not the one from Disney Springs anymore. You can't do that. But it's interesting to what it says the rules are. Now, here's my thought on generally visiting the resorts, because people have said, well, you can't just go into a hotel, but I'm like, that's not true. You can pretty much drive
Go
up
into the
to
lobby,
any
you can go into
hotel.
other places
Yeah.
except for the rooms.
But
Right.
and Disney's always marketed themselves, even in their vacation videos, that you can go anywhere on property. When you're on property, you are a guest. They have had celebrities on Disney Channel when I was a kid, and even down to the Travel Channel with like Samantha Brown moons ago, talking about these perks, and Disney. allowed for that kind of marketing to exist even outside of the realm of their own marketing. So they have developed their own reputation based on when you are on property, you are a guest and you are welcome to go anywhere.
Exactly. You do not have to be an overnight guest at a hotel to be a guest of Disney. The moment you drive under the gate that says Walt Disney World, most magical place on earth,
Yeah,
you
you're
are
a guest.
Disney guest. Okay. And yes, you can go to the end of the resorts. Maybe you can't necessarily park at them, although it used to be way, way easy to park. That's true. And Dan's Live at the Kingdom is saying he resort hopped today from the TTC. So yes, it can be done. But here's the thing about that from a different perspective. Many of you know I used to work for Disney Vacation Club, and most of the time I would work at a resort. One of those resorts is the boardwalk, and it wasn't just the boardwalk when I was working there that had this, but the boardwalk specifically has a Disney Vacation Club 2-bedroom unit set up for display only, one that you cannot stay in, one that if you are walking along the boardwalk, somebody will try and flag you down and say, hey, go in. I worked at that a number of times, enjoyed working there, by the way. It was one of the better locations, actually. It was fun place because obviously it's easier to book out of a place where you can say, hey, see what you get, now go over and take the tour. Well, I would say that the majority of guests that I talked to were not necessarily staying on property. They were just there. They maybe walked over from Hollywood Studios or took the boat over from Hollywood Studios or Epcot to come check out the boardwalk. Because you can do that. And by the way, it's one of the coolest. It's one of the reasons they built those 2 parks adjacent to the Crescent Lake resorts. So you can go over there, check out the resorts. And guess what? How does Disney get you to come and stay on property if you're not already staying on property? Is say, hey, check out all these wonderful amenities we have. If you're staying with us, you're on property. You cannot sell that to somebody who's already there because they're already the customer. So it would not make any sense to me at all for Disney to just stop resort hopping altogether, because they're basically killing a whole bunch of their potential audience and people that might want to stay with them in the future. Of course, my job was to get those people who weren't even staying on property to go take a tour, which a lot of times it was easier. There were incentives for them to go and take that tour. So, it's just the whole thing. I don't think that this is just a personal opinion, but I don't think there's going to be bigger restrictions to who can at least go over and check out a hotel lobby, whether it's October, December. Also, by the way, the Easter egg thing at the Grand Floridian, we used to love to go over and look at the Easter eggs, but they pretty much moved all the Easter eggs, I think, this past year to the boardwalk, maybe the Beach Club too. I didn't get a chance to. Maybe Dan's Live at the Kingdom, you're in the chat. You saw the Easter eggs, didn't you? Where were they at? If you can tell us in the chat.
It seemed like there wasn't as many this year from what I observed.
There were hardly
than what
any,
they had in the past.
Yeah, there were hardly any at Grand Floridian from what I.
Yeah,
and they didn't have the
Grand Floridian specifically is what I was referring to.
Yeah, and actually for the past couple of years, they've also had they didn't this year, that big Easter house thing that they sold Easter treats out of. But since they put the bar in the Grand Floridian, I guess that's their moneymaker. However, I saw a post. Well, I wasn't there yesterday, but I did see a post, and they were like, there's nobody here in this lobby. There was like one person sitting at the bar, and the entire lobby was completely empty. And another thing that is big at Grand Floridian. Well, sure. Dan's Life at the Kingdom says, "Hey, Tom and Linda, did you get my question, Dan?" Huh? Yeah, I don't know. My personal opinion is I don't think there's going to be any more restrictions other than the Disney Springs restriction that's going to happen to resort hopping. I haven't had a chance to really go and check it out myself from Disney Springs or anything like that. I think Tom, you were at Disney Springs, but
Yeah.
what did you see? You just saw the buses.
I seen the buses. I didn't care. We were on a mission to get something. I went over there. It didn't look like people were being checked, but then again, I didn't pay much attention to it.
It's just I don't like. It's the only place where
they'll
Go
have
ahead,
signs
Erica.
out. I mean, they'll have signs out, but the question is, I could see it at Disney Springs, them checking more and being more strict about it from that point. But as far as resort hopping any other way, I don't, especially on the monorail loop. I mean, even in the evenings when they're shutting down, I don't see how it's going to be resort guests only when that monorail does a specific stop at the TTC. They're not going to stop that. So I don't think that's going to impact the way they closed down the park and herd the crowd out at the end of the night. They have to clear out that park in an hour. You know, they and this might be some Disney insider stuff, but they have a full hour after park closes to really clear the park out. A lot of people don't know that, and you can technically stick around for an extra hour in the shops and just chill. And it's done that way for a reason. So they've got time to herd everyone out before they bring in the night crew to do everything, because they're not going to do all of that at one time.
Right.
But yeah, I don't see them shutting down the resort line and doing all these checks, not when there's a specific stop for the parking lot for people to get off and go to their cars through the resort line. And that's just talking about the monorail. That's not getting into like the Skyliner hotels and Epcot hotels.
So there just aren't enough people that ride the Skyliner to go check out Pop Century and Art of Animation. There just aren't. There might be a couple people that go look around at those
You really have
hotels.
to go out of your way to go to those resorts, and the only people that do, even for like the food and the like, I've heard Art of Animation has a really good food court and they've got really good cupcakes and stuff. But if you're someone like us, you know, we're not really going to go out of our way for a value resort. Maybe if we lived locally, we would, you know, that'd be like a little pit stop. But because now we're coming from out of state ourselves,
right?
We don't theme park the same way the locals do. At the same time, we also don't theme park the same way your typical tourist does either. We're kind of in the middle in our family.
So Kit Kat says, "What's the pool situation?" I'm going to celebrate this a little bit later, but it's relevant to the conversation. What's the pool situation? Seems to me that people not staying on property use them. So I don't know
for years. That's nothing new.
I mean, yeah. So I don't know if it's gotten bad recently or not. When I was a lifeguard, all I know is as a lifeguard, we were never and granted, I was only a lifeguard for a 6-month window and not recently. It was 2021. I was never instructed to even ask if people were staying at the resort. I mean, we are babysitters,
hall monitor.
but not,
I meant to say hall monitor.
like a hall monitor kind of
yeah.
thing. No. Dan says, I saw 5 eggs at the Grand Floridian, but they were scattered at the beach club, and the beach club has them. Okay, so there's the egg answer. As far as the pools, you've always needed as far back as I can remember, you've always needed a special wristband to go to the Yacht and Beach Club pools, which is called Stormalong Bay, and it's kind of like a tiny miniature little water park. They actually have a sand beach with a walk-in entrance. There's a little lazy river type of thing there, and they got I want to say 5 or 6 hot tubs there. Most pools, I don't think people are coming from the outside to go swim at them. For the most part, I guess must have been happening more recently at Port Orleans and French Quarter, Riverside and French Quarter, because they have now put issued wristbands to those people, and I think they have at Caribbean Beach as well. Caribbean Beach is one of the resorts that I worked at, as well as Riviera. Riviera, there's really no way. It was locked down. When I was a lifeguard at Riviera, I had to have my own key card that was issued to us at the beginning of our shifts that we had to turn in at the end of our shift, just for me to be able to get it in and out. So
It's so
very,
crazy
very.
we stayed in 2023, and we stayed at the Contemporary. And I noticed that the pool in the back, you didn't even need any of that. It was just a swinging gate. There
Yeah.
was no, I found that really odd because I'm like, doesn't the pool at the Poly need a little, like, you need your magic band and like your room key? And I found that really strange at the one hotel that's the closest to the Magic Kingdom didn't really have that kind of security check. Theoretically, anyone could have gone back there to the Contemporary
Yeah.
and
So
just spend a day at the pool. I found that even back then, I was kind of scratching my head like something seems a little off. I'm kind of
yeah,
surprised.
so in my experience, it hasn't been an issue, but when I was a lifeguard, in my experience, definitely was not an issue. Maybe it's become an issue more recently, but I don't think it's that big of an issue. But it's big enough for that look, as far as resort hopping, it has nothing to do with that because it's really, really easy for them to solve. They want to just put wristbands on every single guest that goes to every single pool at any of the Disney resorts.
Well,
They can just do that.
Another thing too, I was thinking of is, most people that are tourists, they're staying at some form of hotel or Airbnb that has a pool. It's not like they're vacationing there without access to any form of pool. Um, so I don't really know who is pool hopping like that. Unless it's just some of the locals, that
I
go
mean,
I don't
just
know.
don't
It's just
think
kind of odd to me.
there's not really enough. I mean, we have this thing in town. I think it was mentioned on another show called, was it Resort Pass? I think it's called Resort Pass. There's an app. Let me see if I can look it up on my phone because I have the app on my phone. Resort. Yes. Yeah. It's called Resort Pass. And basically I just brought it up on my phone. And what you can do with Resort Pass is on any day. See, I have an offer right now. The Ritz-Carlton Day Pass, Spa Pass, or Family Pass, $85 at the Ritz-Carlton Grand Lakes, which is
Okay,
really close to me.
I have heard of some of the hotels in the Orlando area, and I'm talking non-theme park hotels that have started doing these like day pool passes.
Mhm.
People can buy and utilize the pools.
Right. So Hyatt Regency, for example, $25 per
Mhm.
person. But basically, what has happened, like other resorts outside of the Disney resorts have figured out that there aren't people using their pools during the day. They're like everybody in Orlando, beautiful resorts, people paying hundreds of dollars to stay at them, but hardly anybody's actually using their own pool facilities. And some of these people have built multi-million-dollar pool facilities that aren't getting used, and they're like, well, we could charge locals to come in, and I think it's a great idea. Look, you can, if you're a local and you want to really enjoy a day at the pool but not pay for a full water park kind of a day, you pay sometimes like $50 to $90 for a family pass to go to some of these resorts, and some of them have like full, like miniature water park type facility. Coco Key, for example, is like a miniature water park. You go.
Yeah, it is.
What is this?
Baymont. That's
Oh,
hilarious.
it's a dig at me and Raph in our stream from last Friday.
Oh,
I
okay.
just responded to him in chat.
That hotel was, oh man, I must have missed it. Darn it.
You need to go back and
all the
watch
good
our
stories.
stream because
Yeah.
our stream last week was we detailed our road trip and all the mishaps.
Oh golly, I gotta watch that. Yeah. Well, anyway, my point is that I don't think resort hopping is going to be completely restricted. It's just that from Disney Springs, you probably
Yeah.
won't be able to do it. It will keep non-APs and non-Disney guests from resort hopping from Disney Springs. However, a day guest at the Magic Kingdom or any of the theme parks is probably going to be able to resort hop. They can't really stop you from doing it from Hollywood Studios because you can just walk over. right? Like,
Mhm.
and at Epcot, it's really right there. Like when you walk out of Epcot, you
Yeah.
cross a bridge and you're at the Beach Club
Skyliner's right
Resort.
there.
You're at and the Skyliner resorts are the same thing. A lot of people like to go over to the Riviera on the Skyliner, and they have really good quick service over there. And they have Bar Riva, which is where you can go chat with Josh tomorrow.
I think it's going to impact. It's going to impact people that are not staying at a Disney hotel on property, and maybe they're staying at like a local Airbnb, and they rent a car because they are making it harder. Let's say you're at the Magic Kingdom, but you want to go to like any of the Skyliner resorts. You have to take your car. It's not going to be so easy to just take transportation. It seems like keep your car in the parking lot and then just take transportation unless you have some kind of business, because I don't know. This is where it gets kind of convoluted, I think, with everything. And maybe this is why people are kind of going crazy.
I don't know why I mean, if you're at the Magic Kingdom, the resorts that it seems like you'd want to see would be the monorail resorts. You could pretty easily
in that vicinity. Yeah.
You could easily get on the bus outside of the Magic Kingdom and go straight to the Beach Club Resort. Like there's a bus directly to the Beach Club Resort.
And they wouldn't be all like picky like they're being at Disney Springs, you think? You think they'd be
I don't think so.
Relax about it?
I don't think so, because it's so difficult to again, when it's busy, when it would matter.
Yeah.
It's going to be busy anyway with the resort guests. So like it just doesn't make any sense to me that it would be that way. And honestly, I really feel like the crackdown was for however many people it was.
I don't think it was that many.
It feels like it shouldn't have been that money that we're trying to get free parking, but maybe it was enough. Maybe it was 100 people a day is $3,500 in lost revenue per park. You know what I mean?
We were annual pass
somebody
holders.
Just ratted it out and made a big stink out of it, and they're doing this to say, hey, we did it.
We were annual pass holders for a few years, and we did it once, but we weren't evading parking for a parking fee. We did it because we wanted to park in the parking garage. We didn't want to come out to a scolding hot car.
That's
we
fair.
weren't even going to stay the whole day anyways. It was just going to the park for a little bit and then end our day at Disney Springs and go home, and there was a convenient parking garage.
Well, that's an easy solve for them too. It's called putting solar panels over the parking lots like they should have years ago, Epic Universe already has.
But Epic only has that on part of it. If
I
they
know,
did
but
it
they
on most
still
of it,
have
would be
it.
great.
They could expand it late down the road, and they're making more revenue. And the fact that they've already started, I would hope that they would just expand it to the rest of the parking lot.
Well, before we head off, I think this has been a good discussion. Any final thoughts from Tom or Erica on resort hopping?
I'm still trying to figure out how we would resort hop visiting.
You jump in their car with us and we go.
We don't usually stay at a Disney resort. For one, especially now, we can't really afford it. We prefer to be in a private home, but I know we would stay with friends at this point. It's still different. Circumstances have changed for the better. So I'm just over here trying to figure out, okay, well, if we were to go and stay on my sister's side of town, and we go in the morning to Epcot, because we usually like to park at Epcot. Okay, from there, we could do, the Magic Kingdom. We could go out to the boardwalk because it's right there on the backside of Epcot. That checks. The other one checks. I don't know. I think you're right, Ron. I don't think it's would be that difficult.
I don't see them restricting it. There's so much connected transportation between the parks and the resorts that it's almost impossible to disconnect that, because what are you going to do? Stop somebody from getting on the monorail at Epcot that goes to the TTC, getting off and walking over to the Polynesian? I mean, there have been times when they can easily restrict the Polynesian walkway at times when they might have security reasons to do that, but I just don't think they're going to do it all the time, because it would be too labor intensive. And Lord knows Disney doesn't want to pay for extra labor. That's the thing they're trying to reduce their cost on. That's why they don't have so many boats in the Sassagoula River anymore. They used to have like 10 boats operating, and now they've got like 2. So
and the whole beignet, I don't know, like the whole beignet thing. We had it once. It's a one and done for us. I had no desire to go back and eat more beignets. They were good, but they weren't like slap your mama good. I have a feeling those are in Louisiana. I go to New Orleans and get them from there.
Tom, any final thoughts?
That's really itch thinking out loud.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we do have one super chat we want to celebrate. I brought it up on the screen, but we definitely want to celebrate.
Back to super chats.
Kit Kat, we already brought this up. What is the pool situation? Seems to me that people not staying on property use them, except I would say that's very, very rare for the most part. And certainly it's cut down. You can't go to the best one anyway, which is Storm Long Bay. So why even bother, right? But what we will bother with is we are going to celebrate Kit Kat. As soon as I know which button to press over here. I tell you what, between Sea Brew and Kit Kat, we got some nice cats and dogs videos now. Tom, what you doing? What you up to? Where can people find you?
They can find me on my Tom F channel, TJ Magnify. You can find me on Bark Magnitude, both on YouTube. Bark Magnitude is a dog-based AI band with real music, but the dogs, it's seen from a dog's point of view, and got some stuff coming out. Did some videos. Did a video on my channel for a song called A Pirate Did What? Speaking about the Disneyland pirate fiasco. But other than that, I'm like a bad rash. I'm modding everywhere.
There you go. And Erica, tell us about the Brood Banter.
Yeah. So Fridays at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, you can find me and Raph, my husband. We have a stream called Brood Banter. You bring your brew and we banter about anything. This week, it'll be part 2 of our road trip, picking up the cars. But the stories this week are going to be the disaster and annoyingness of picking up the vehicle or one of our cars from a port. So we've got a more of a frustrating story than who knows what else we'll banter about, but it's a continuation of last week's stream.
Definitely.
Please go back and watch last week's stream.
I want to watch it. It's going to be fun.
I think that was the best stream yet was last week's.
Seabrew, are you wanting Culture Bear? Is that what you're I think Seabrew is kind of vying for Culture Bear here. He says
What's
cats
CB?
and dogs and culture bears. Oh my.
So, yeah, Seabrew, CB, you think he started the front of it for Culture Bear? I mean,
Or maybe it's Culture Brew.
Culture Brew. There you go.
yeah.
I see brew. That's what stands out to me.
Yeah.
Culture Brew. I could see that. And thank you for chiming in. Culture Brew. That ain't gonna be saying that just automatically. Kit Kat, O2RR, Wild Man of Yavin. We appreciate all of you. Tom, thank you for being here. Erica, thank you for being here. I will continue to work on my technical issues until we get everything worked out and the show is running like perfection. because it will. Or Superfection, which is that game where you remember that, like the pop-up thing, and you had to put the thing in the little.
Oh, I loved that game. I still do. It's so much fun.
That was fun. Good times. Guys, thank you so much. We may be going live. Actually, the next couple of weeks are going to be a little bit different. Tom knows because we got the game exchange thing.
They were asking if we, in the car ride, if we're going to try to live stream it on the car ride, and I'm like, most likely no.
Yeah, I don't. That's gonna be
I
really,
could
really...
live stream Ron snoring in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
That might get me 1 million views.
Yeah,
I'll just put it, follow the Bradley Fun, falls asleep in a car, and he snores loudly, and that's just so captivating.
ASMR snoring will be. That's what that'll be. Oh my gosh. Anyhow, with that out of the way, I'll definitely be back at least next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Keep an eye on the channel for other things that will be happening between now and then. And until then, we'll see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao. Thank you.
Dishes are done, man. Cleans them down to the shop.